I am Marcus Blake with That Nerd Show. We're here at the 2019 Dallas International Film Festival, and we are speaking with the filmmakers behind The Pursuit. Now, I've already had someone telling me that this was a must-see. It was emotional, and if I hadn't seen it, I'm just wrong. So you're already getting rave reviews by some of the people here. But I'd like to know a little bit more about what this film is about, and how did you come to make it?
Well, I love the microphone. This, in keeping with the microphone, the movie is really about the force of free enterprise, and also I think the human spirit to lift ourselves up and to lift other people up through serving other people, and that's the message of Arthur's work as an economist and a philosopher. And so the movie really is about bringing Arthur's ideas to life and trying to spread a message that we can build a better world if we commit ourselves to helping each other and serving each other.
Yeah. You know, one of the things that we often forget is just we live in such a great country, such a free country. We forget that our life's an adventure, that, you know, our life is the ultimate startup. People think about businesses and about money and about commerce, and the truth is life is just, love is your startup, and that's what this movie is all about. It's about how to live your life like an enterprise, and how to enjoy yourself, how to serve other people, how to lift yourself up when you lift other people up. It was a joy to make, and I hope it's good to watch.
Well, I find it very interesting you say that. An economics course I took in college, one of the books we had to read was Against the Gods. And it does talk a little, I've always remembered it as, it was a great book, but it also talked about the adventure of doing stuff and taking all the risk and all that it is the journey. How do you consider the role of failure as part of all of that?
Well, you know, it's funny. I'm a dad, and so as I think, you know, as parents, we're struggling with this with our kids, right? Because you want your kids to succeed, and you hate to see them fail. And yet, as parents, we all kind of recognize that you need to let your kids fail.
Right.
That failure is this important part of the learning process. And I think for some reason, when we get into the world of adulthood, that lesson that we understand almost universally for kids gets harder on us when we think about adults and when we think about society as a whole. And I think if you are a nerd and you're a tinkerer, you really have to embrace the fact that you've got to do a lot of trial and error to come up with something super awesome. And so I think failure is sort of central to that. But obviously, failure still kind of sucks. So you got to balance it somehow. But I think failure is a part of the process. It's creative destruction, to be an economist for a moment.
You know, it's I've got all these data on attitudes, and I look at these surveys. I'm a nerd, man.
Right.
The big thing that I see from young people today, people in their 20s and even in their 30s, is they're afraid. They have more fear than people have had at any time since we've been keeping data. Afraid of what? Afraid of rejection, afraid of conflict. It's crazy. And so one of the things I say when I talk to young people, everybody watching me, go fall in love and get your heart crushed. And if it doesn't happen 4 times, you're not going to be happy. You need to fail a lot because you need experience, man. I mean, the average entrepreneur who actually has a startup business that succeeds won't get rich and has 4 bankruptcies.
Yeah.
The average entrepreneur. So look, I mean, it's like your life's a startup. Love is the central part of your life. Go do something big. Go get rejected.
I like how you put a number with it.
Yeah, man, because I'm a nerd.
Yeah. So I have this little philosophy because I am a business owner, and I started That Nerd Show, and, you know, we're just all happy when the bills are paid. But it's those moments when we have a little bit of a crisis, and, you know, the rule is you have 10 minutes to panic. You're allowed 10 minutes, and then it's, what are you going to do to solve it? It's, what's the adventure, everything behind, you know, all your journey. You can panic. If you need to take a shot, do it. But how are you going to solve it beyond that as part of your journey? And yet I'm still here. So, is there? Yeah, I know. Hey,
Survival is really
I know.
The success.
The bills got paid this month. I'm still here. If there is one important lesson that you would pass on to entrepreneurs, you know, students, anything, beyond what we've already said, what would it be?
Serve others and earn your success. And that's the key. You want to be happy? You have to work. You got to work at your happiness. And you got 2 jobs, serving other people and earning your own success. I don't care what you do for a living. I don't care. It doesn't really matter. That's the 2 things to keep in mind.
I would say that the failure that you have to be most worried about is the failure to live up to your own ego. Right. And if you get rid of your ego, if you set it aside, you kind of can't fail, because that is often the thing that is at the heart of our biggest fears. And for me, like, I overcame that when I became a dad, and I realized that my ego didn't matter. I had this little one to take care of. And I think for everybody it's going to be something different, but find a way to set yourself aside, and you can do anything when you've accomplished that.
Right. With Game of Thrones going on, I'm going to apply a quote that I think is very relevant to this. Yes. All right. You're a Game of Thrones fan?
Of course.
Okay. When Jon Snow comes back alive, and the Onion Knight, Jon Snow, I failed. Good. Go do it again. All right. So here you get one nerdy question. If you could have a weapon of choice or a superpower from the nerd universe to fight the forces of evil, what would it be for you? And we're going to start with you.
One weapon or one superpower. I would ultimately kill my own pride. That's what I would do. I would kill my own pride, because it holds me back, and it makes me unhappy, and it makes me uncreative, and it makes me fearful. And I don't want that. So what my superpower would be to kill that every single day and not let it come back.
Great answer.
All right, I'm going to split it. In my dreams, I can fly, but if I have to pick only one, it would be manipulation of time and space for sure. I want to be able to travel through time and space, snap my fingers and stop, like in Heroes.
Nice.
So, and have a samurai sword while I do it too.
Yeah, but let's not forget Chief O'Brien from The Next Generation and his complaint about temporal mechanics.
Oh, right. No, we need tachyon fields to really get
Exactly. Great answers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Marcus.
Good luck with the film.